Crystal Loves Texas family. I'm so glad that you're here today. And boy, have I got a treat for you. Look. You recognize any of those faces? Of course, you recognize Rebecca.
Hi.
Introduce yourself, Rebecca.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Williams, and I guess the unofficial co-host of this show. So how are y'all?
Yes. And these two faces, you've seen them here before. Well, you've seen one here before. One is new, but one we've known for a little while now.
Yeah.
Yes. And he is. Do I even start saying his accolades first, Rebecca, or do I just give his name?
No, because we will be here all day.
Okay. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it backwards. This is Richard Carroll, the founder of Wealthy Made Investments. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you.
And his partner, Crypto JC.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me your real name. I had to make sure I remember that right.
I know.
Okay, so tell me your real name. Crypto JC. And before he says that, I got to tell you, these guys are Houston natives. Okay. And they got some information for you today. So introduce yourself for us.
My name is Jean-Claude LaCour, and I trade crypto.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
I do stocks, options, crypto, forex, automation, and yeah, pretty much anything in the world of trading.
Wow. And are you? Let me just say this. All of this that you're hearing is what you're going to see today has to do with investments, has to do with wealth building, has to do with building your future today, and doing it in ways that are not necessarily conventional,
Right.
but are definitely cutting edge. So Richard Carroll, first of all, we were laughing off camera. Because Richard used to go to a school that I used to teach at. Yes. But and what JC said is that I was out in the suburbs. I was just chilling out in the suburbs.
Okay.
But Richard used to go to a school, and it's funny because last week it's a small world in Houston.
Right.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes, because last week one of Richard's relatives was here, and she is known the family forever. I've known her for a few years, but it's amazing how people's lives just kind of intertwine.
Right,
Exactly.
Small world.
So
Very much
Richard
so.
Carroll, today, if you noticed, I entitled this particular segment "Shifting a Generational Perspective,"
Right.
because what you all are truly doing is opening up some doors and really opening people's eyes to some perspectives and opportunities that they never even knew existed. I'm not even going to say that they were locked out of, because they didn't know that they were there.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about Wealthy Made Investments and your background first, and what brought you to the place you are now. I will say this to you. You are a person who definitely knows your lane, and you know how to develop and bloom where you were planted. And you have done that in such a remarkable way.
Thank you so much.
At such a young age.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate
I'm not going to say the age, and you can say it if you want to, because I'm not going to do that. But tell us a little bit about how you came from young man Hiram Clark to Wealthy Made Investments.
Yes, ma'am. So first, I want to say thank you again, Ms. Crystal, for having me on the show. You and the team. It's a blessing to be here. All glory to God.
Thank you.
And I appreciate my boy JC.
Yes.
Tapping in. You can't do it by yourself. So
No.
it's a blessing just to be here. But so my name is Richard Carroll, the founder and CEO of Wealthy Made Investments. And basically, I'm born and raised here in Houston, Texas. A city called Hiram Clark. A lot of people from Houston, y'all know what that is. It's not a standard area. A lot of individuals who grow up in that area, they're destined for jail. They're destined for being in the gang or dying. That's just the stereotypical type. So in that season when I was growing up, my whole thing was, being able to separate myself. Right. So being able to separate myself and focus on what I wanted.
Right.
End up going to high school at Hightower, kind of separated myself. Now I'm in Fresno, focus on football and academics, end up getting a scholarship to play football in Kentucky.
Yes.
So it was a blessing to be able to, separate myself and get out the hood. And, from there, I kind of dedicated myself on education, right? So being able to go to school, acquired my 2 bachelor's degrees. Now I said, you know what? It's time for me to not only achieve my master's now, come back and go to Rice, but let's start a company. Yeah. So I ended up starting a company, Ultimate Investments. So anybody who interested in trying to develop your own portfolio, learn how to invest your money, scale your money to be able to compound your money without having to deal with a 401k plan, we're here to help. If you want to get into real estate, build your credit, that's what we're here to do. If you want to learn more about trading, how to accumulate money, $1,500, $2,000, right, per day, that's why we're here. So Ultimate Investments, that's what we're doing.
So with that said, tell us a little bit about yourself. Crypto JC. Jean-Claude. Yes.
I got you. Well, I was born and raised here in Houston, and I basically started trading like 7 years ago. I started with stocks and options, and my mom, she had first invested into me because she worked in the oil field.
Yeah.
And I told her about it, and she went to work, and basically she's like, all her bosses used option money to pay for their cars and stuff. And so
they knew about it before a lot of.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
This is the game. They don't want us to know this.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be on this.
Yeah.
You know, so the biggest thing for me is that I needed something where I can make a lot of money, and I don't like working, just being honest. I don't think
you like to work smart.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and not necessarily. Yeah, that's right.
And so I needed something, being the first born in my family, and my family aren't from here. They're from Dominica. So I really just, had that drive and motivation for her and my sister to learn something different, So once I saw the opportunity in crypto, I started with stocks. And once I saw crypto coming, I just jumped on it because I wanted to be in the wave. Right? Yes. And so that's how I really started in it. And also doing MLM with Richard, which is how I met him.
So you're going to have to tell us about the acronyms. What does that mean?
Oh, sorry. MLM is like network marketing. So it's basically like I was in a group where they teach you how to trade. I already knew how to trade, but I'm an affiliate marketer also. So like basically like if you wanted to learn, I could teach you and you would like join the group. Some people call it a pyramid scheme, but it's not really a pyramid scheme.
Well, really what? A lot of times people call pyramid schemes things that they don't necessarily understand.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. And if they can't see, if it's not A plus B equals C, they, it's more steps to get to C, then it makes it a little bit more confusing for some people. Exactly. But Richard, I'm going to make you back up for a minute because I'm going to make sure that some of my students and some of my former students will be watching this. I want you to tell us a little bit about your background here in Houston in school. And I want people to know some of the challenges that you went through and you still made it to the place that you are now. Tell us about it.
Most definitely. So, going back to middle school, I always focus on, academics. But, when I was in middle school, I wouldn't say I was a trouble kid, but I got in trouble. And I want you guys to understand, like, no matter where you come from, you ever do anything, right? So don't ever let your situation determine who you are. I had ended up going to a alternative school here called Beechnut Academy. Some people call it CEP. Yeah. It's quote unquote a juvenile, right? End up going to juvenile. And, in that process of going there, I had to realize like this was not a place for me. One of my biggest things that I learned, like I was telling Miss Crystal before we got on, a lot of the teachers not really caring about the kids when one person act up. They stop in the lesson, they like letting you do what you want.
Wow.
And those are benefits.
I didn't know that.
Those are benefits you lose, right? So,
hey
guys, if y'all in school, make sure you listen to your parents and follow direction because it's nothing like public school. Yeah. It's nothing like private school. Don't be like me. But for those who are getting in trouble, I want you to understand there are mentors out there for you. And it's always good to listen to your parents and your elders so that they can guide you in the right direction.
But, Richard, it's interesting because even as a person in 6th grade, you went on and I'm not sure how long you spent at CEP, but you went on and went on through high school. You were able to turn things around and you got an athletic scholarship to school. Tell us about that.
Yes, ma'am. So, after middle school, after I ended up going to high school, I want you guys to know, like, sometimes God have to put you through certain things to sit you down and get you in the right direction. Yeah. So when I got to high school, my whole mind frame switched. Yeah. I was like, I have an opportunity, to not only acquire an academic scholarship, but I'm good at sports, right? So I leveraged my skills, started playing football. I ran track, played baseball. I was very diverse in the sports that I played, but God blessed me my senior year to start getting different scholarships. My mom wanted me to stay in Houston. Shout out to my mom and dad and my siblings. Yes. They wanted me to stay home and play football here. But I decided to go 18 hours away and go play football in another state. So it was a blessing, just that transition itself it showed me that there are so many things that we don't really pay attention to.
Right.
Because, when you stay in your city after high school, you out here trying to look for a job, but without any sort of background, degrees, right? Any sort of
That's right.
Right? Any sort of connections.
Yeah.
And if you don't have no type of, 3-year, 2-year, or any sort of like resources around you, with no type of work experience, it's hard for you to get a job. So just going to college. Go ahead.
And Richard, the thing about it is too, and my mother used to always tell me that, the thing about it is too, when you leave, you have to learn how to adult because you don't have that safety net.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So even when you're away in a dorm, you have to learn how to adult a little bit.
Accountability.
Yeah. You can't just call home or run down the street and say, "Can I come pick up $50?"
That was the main reason why I left though. Like, Ms. Chris, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I left, when I was in my dorm, so my whole thing, I was like, I want to be able to hold myself accountable, knowing that I can't call uncle, I can't call my aunt, I can't call grandma.
Yes.
Now I have to go buy my own food. Nobody gonna wake me up to go to class.
That's right.
Who gonna go get my groceries? Me. So, in those moments, I was able to really connect with God, and I was blessed to stay focused, most definitely.
So let's for both of you gentlemen, let's backtrack a little bit and do a little flashback to you got out of school or you got to where you were getting ready to go forward after college. Excuse me. Richard, did you know immediately what you wanted to do?
Most definitely. Like,
what was that?
Criminal justice. I wanted to go into law. So I had a love and passion for like law. I wanted to become an attorney.
You hated CEP so bad.
Yeah. So like in my nah, that's not even it. You famous, Chris. But
that was my dream job, being a lawyer.
Just being able to like help people, like, because I see so many people in my neighborhood, right, who are getting convicted. People who have really, never had any sort of background, and they get convicted and they serving time for things they haven't done.
Yes.
So my whole goal, I was like, let's go to school. I want to acquire my bachelor's in criminal justice. I want to go to law school here in Texas, TSU, HBCU representing, right? So that way,
of course,
I can be. Shout out, that's your school?
No, absolutely not. 290 is my school down the street.
So being able to go to school at TSU, it was a blessing. But I was like, my mind kind of switched.
Yeah.
But going into high school and like after graduating, I wanted to go to school for criminal justice, but they ended up switching. Yeah.
Okay. So what about you? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I went to Texas Tech and I went to be an engineer. But to be honest, I like to have a lot of fun and I like to so when I had friends that were already in senior year of college, and they were telling me that they were busting their, I don't know if I'm cussing here, but they're busting their ass from 2-3 hours a day studying after school. And I'm sitting there just chilling, having a good time. Like, how am I gonna do this? Because I really feel like college is a test of life.
Absolutely.
It's a test of life.
Absolutely.
So once you are, like you said, no one's waking you up, no one's gonna push you there.
You have to adult yourself. Yeah,
definitely. So I see, like, that's why I respect people that have got through it, because I personally couldn't get through it. If I really put my mind to, I can't.
Thanks.
But that's why I started trading crypto and stuff like that, because I wanted to find something. I didn't need a degree. And have to be slave to a job, and then plus I'm gonna work the rest of my life and have nothing else, just to a retirement and stuff. So it didn't make sense to me.
Exactly, especially at that age when you can see your whole life in front of you, and you see there's nothing but opportunity in front of you. So let's fast forward. So we are at the point where you're thinking, and you've heard of something called crypto. Mm-hmm. Y'all have heard of something called crypto. And you see all the people at your mom's job going and getting beautiful luxury cars and stuff, and they're paying in crypto. Yeah. And what made you kind of start seeking out this information yourself? Because like you said, nobody was necessarily sharing this information. This was definitely kind of underground at this point.
We've been tapped in for a minute, so that's why I click with my boy JC, man. That's my brother. Yeah, man. But I got in early, right? So in saying that, basically my whole mindset was focused on decentralization.
Right.
But how I got into cryptocurrency, it was an old platform. A lot of people probably don't know what it is, called the Silk Road. That was a platform where people was able to sell anything. So read between the lines, anything.
Yeah.
So What I
I heard about that, but I wasn't sure what the name of it was.
I heard
about that.
I was selling clear container totes. Everybody haven't heard this story, but I was selling clear container totes and basically ordering them off of Alibaba.
Yeah.
And I was selling clear container totes.
Oh wow.
Why they was using them, what they was using them for, I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I was selling them,
I'm sure
the currency that was being utilized in order for any transaction not to be traced was Bitcoin. So we were selling these clear container totes in exchange receiving Bitcoin. So at the time, I understood that it was a decentralized platform. And for people who don't know, that word decentralized means nobody have access and they can never trace where those transactions are coming from.
And it is legal.
It is legal. Yes, it is legal. So now, after doing that, I've been able to save crypto, and I learned how to trade crypto, store crypto, hold it on the exchange to build money. But like JC was saying, we trade crypto every day, and we can make anywhere from $2,000, $5,000, $6,000 a day, and it is very beneficial.
Okay, well let's talk about this a little bit. So you guys, we kind of brought it kind of up to date, but you guys, you say you've been doing it for a bit. So I'm going to say maybe this was 7-8 years ago, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Before everybody knew what crypto was, and when did you all start to see it come more into the forefront where everybody was getting curious?
Well, first, I wouldn't say that. Like, I didn't come up off of crypto from getting early. I'm actually a day trader, so I was actually trading on the charts before. So it's not like I just jumped in on Bitcoin, or I just want to say that because a lot of people.
So conventional stocks. You say day trader.
Crypto.
Yeah. I was trading stocks and options first.
Wow.
So it's all the same chart. It's just a different platform, a different ticker symbol.
Yeah.
So that's really how I got into it.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you guys talk, and my dad was in corporate America for like 25 years. Mm-hmm. And my dad has all kinds of stocks, bonds, and options. Right. And he keeps on heavily suggesting that I invest. He was like, baby girl, you got all these accounts and it's great, but we need to invest.
Because book of what they made investments.
that's because, and that's what I was getting ready to say to both of you. A lot of people who are watching this are going to say, why is this if I'm sitting here on this nest egg of investments right now, I've been working for 25 years or whatever, I want to retire early, I've got a little bit accrued. Right. What is the benefit of making that shift out of what is conventional that they know and that they're safe with, that gives a 0.5% return a year? Yeah. What's the benefit of them switching over to something that they may consider a little bit more risky? But you wouldn't even necessarily say that, because this is something that has been around for a while now, that's kind of more tried and true. Right. And it's something that you don't feel is a I'm not gonna say is a risk, but is a danger at all. It's definitely somewhere where you could put part of your money at least.
It's a risk.
Okay, tell us about it.
Disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. Mm-hmm. I do have my Series 6, Series 65, and Series 7. Mm-hmm. My boy JC going to acquire his as well. So basically, we are. I'm licensed to be able to manage anyone's funds, to be able to grow and scale their funds. Okay. So to answer Ms. Crystal's question, anybody who have a 401k plan, we understand that there is something called the 1035 exchange process, where you're able to take your funds and put it into another security. Yes. Right. However, without penalty. Yes. So now let's talk about crypto. Yeah. What can you do with ultimate investments, and how can myself and my brother JC, how can we help you guys grow? Right. So with us, by you tapping in with us, we'll be able to create and set up your investing portfolio. And with that, the funds that you put into the market, we're going to be able to at least get 1 to 2%, not 0.001, 1 to 2% per month. So in totality, when you look at that, let's say $30,000, right? Yeah. You give us $30,000. 1% of $30,000 is what?
I don't know math.
3. Oh,
don't know who you asking.
3,000.
1% of 30,000 is 3,000. So
Yes.
we're gonna promise you.
Don't do no questions like
Oh,
that.
no,
Okay, we history teachers. I'm
No,
like,
No, I'm a history
Facts.
teacher.
No, fact. So
you trying to embarrass me?
nah. Just let y'all know the benefits of cryptocurrency. So wealthy made investment. So anybody who looking to build a portfolio, if y'all set up a platform with us, we set up your portfolio. Y'all give us 30 grand.
Yes.
We're gonna promise you 1% a month. Like my boy JC said, that's 3 grand. So
Right.
1 month times 12 is 12. So 3 grand times 12, that's 36,000, right?
Mhm.
$36,000 that we're gonna guarantee on top of the 30 grand that you gave us initially, right? So that 30,000 in the beginning of the year, after 12 months, right, turn to 64,000. So
Right.
you're not gonna find that in no 401k plan. You
Yes.
can't even liquidate your funds until 40, 50 years.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what we're doing,
I know.
we're changing the trajectory on what it looks like to be able to have top profits so that we can actually scale your money and you can liquidate your funds anytime. So
Yeah, because my dad's famous saying, and he tells me this all the time. Baby girl is only two: money at work and people at work.
Yeah.
And eventually
Right.
you gonna come off the job.
Right.
So what you gonna do after that?
And you see, the thing is, of what people don't understand is, what they wait for a life situation to lose their job, a death in their family, or
Yeah.
something big to happen to them to finally want to change their life or to do something bigger or better. So that's why it's like, why not at least take a leap and start now
Yes.
while you have everything together,
Yes.
instead of when you're at rock bottom and now you're trying to figure it out, trying to waste money.
When it's not a crisis.
right, exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's the thing. A lot of times people, and when you have a crisis situation, people are kind of grasping in all directions.
yes.
And that's not necessarily the way to go. So Richard, I'm going to pull something up and I want to ask you
Most
some of the types of programs that you offer
Most
with
definitely.
Wealthy Made University. Tell us about this.
And how'd you come up with this title,
Wealthy Made,
university?
man. So Wealthy Made in itself, right? I always think about people always talking about what type of lifestyle they want to live. People always say, let's get to the bag. I don't want to get to no bag because you get to money, right? Instant gratification. That's temporary.
Yeah.
In our community, the Black community, we are known as consumers.
Of course.
The money is always going into another person's pocket. We investing into materialistic things, which is a liability.
Right.
So I wasn't focusing on, number one, quick money. I wasn't focusing on being rich, right? My whole opportunity and my goal and what God put on my heart was wealth. So
Right.
I was like, well, I have a wealthy made mindset.
Mhm.
And, Wealthy Made University, which you just showed on the screen, right?
Yes.
Our motto is visionary manifest dreams. So we believe in transformative
Yes.
exploration of education, where you're going to now be able to be transformed, not only from a inside perspective, but from an outside perspective as well, because now your mind is going to be focused on generation to generation instead of focusing on coming up on a quick dollar.
So are you saying that, or are both of you gentlemen saying that even someone, this is not just something for millennials to take part in, even if someone is of retirement age and they've got a nest egg that they have accrued and they are looking to do something unconventional,
Yes, ma'am.
that Wealthy Made University would be an option that they can look at to at least start learning about some of the other avenues that are out there. Right. And Richard, you were telling me before we went on some of the classes that you offer, and you've got different levels. And I was looking at the tuition rates. It's nothing.
No, it's nothing. We're talking about $275.
Yes, based on.
So I have a lifetime of wealth.
Yeah.
And I'll put it like this, Rebecca. Let's be clear about this. We got seniors getting ready to graduate.
Yeah.
And we talked about this the last time that Richard was here.
My God,
they're gonna get $275 from one person maybe for their graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be an investment in yourself.
Yeah.
To come to the class. So tell us about the class. So how is that structured?
Right.
How long does that last? If they wanted to come in on that initial level at the 275, what would that look like? What would they be?
So anybody interested who want to join Wealthy Made University, first you can follow our platform at Wealthy Made Investments or go to Wealthy Made University or my private page at I'm Richard Carroll.
Yes.
And you can click our link. You can book a consultation. From there, we'll set up a Zoom call to kind of see, all right, cool. What do you need? What are you looking to do? That way we can meet your needs and find a solution. So some things that we are offering, starting off at ground level, right? We're starting off number one with mindset, because your mindset have to be transformed from where it once was to where it's going. From there, what we're going to do, we're going to go over budgeting.
Okay.
Let's see how much money that you're bringing in. Let's talk about overhead.
Yes.
So with you managing your money, we're going to make sure any additional money that you have on the side is not going towards food or anything that is not bringing value. From there, now let's get into the classes.
I want you to stop and say that sentence.
Go ahead.
One more time, that last sentence.
No, he does not need to repeat that.
No, I want him to, because I want people to hear that. No, I'm listening to it myself.
No, that's real.
And you know, he's not pulling any punches.
Nah, I've been real.
You want to make sure that
ain't nobody tell him to come put my business
your money
out
is
on
not
First
being
Street.
spent on what?
Your money most definitely not being spent on food and any unnecessary things. So like anybody
that's not bringing you what?
Any sort of benefits.
He talking too loud.
Well, and I want you guys to know something.
Yeah.
Like real talk. I want you guys to really go back and look at what Spotify account you have open, Netflix account, Apple Music. People be having real talk. These my clients. People have 5 or 6 platforms, Hulu, Disney Plus, and they watch it probably an hour a day.
And each one of them grabs out of your account.
30. So
that's right.
We're talking about $200, $300.
It's an ultimate hustle. It's an ultimate hustle,
right? Because people forget about it.
Yeah.
So let's say you was able to take that money. Me and my boy JC, we was able to accumulate those funds, turn that $300 to what? 1,000, JC?
Yeah.
1,000 to 2,000.
Yeah.
We're able to build and compound your money. So that you have to be able to understand. We're looking to build your money. So at ground zero, anybody who's looking to start a business, we're helping you set up your LLC, C Corp, S Corp, trust. But what we're going to be teaching you, and we provide online self-paced courses, right? If you want to learn about credit.
Really?
Yes, how to leverage the bank money. And
talk about that, Richard. Talk about that, because when you were when we were in here before we started, you were telling me things I had no idea of. You said once people, register with the program, there are levels that they could be at where they have access to basically what you have access to. Mm-hmm. So tell us about that. And you have access to how many different experts?
Yes, ma'am, multiple experts. So we have over 400 people on our team, in our group.
Yes.
So everybody who joined the class, you will have your own personal portal. We have Go High Level, right? So once you enter into our portal, you will have your own username, password, your own account. Okay. And you will be able to see every single educational video that we do. And we also put you in our Discord, where we're actually sending information. We have a book club, the What They Made book club. So we teaching you about, what books to read. Yes. We're showing you how to get into the market and make free money. Let's say JC was about to trade gold. He was about to go and trade Bitcoin. Okay. Literally, he can drop a signal. People are making money for free instead of them having to go in and mark it up. He'll drop a signal that'll make $400 off that one signal. So we're giving people.
So when you said, wait a minute, when you say a signal, what are you talking about? What does that mean?
So you want to?
That's terminology.
Yeah, I got you. Basically, when I'm on the chart, I might see that, Bitcoin or any crypto or anything I'm trading is going up or down. Okay. So basically, I'll go in the chat and I'll be like, hey, buy this right now.
Got you. So you're the real-time eyes.
Yes. Because I'm always on the charts.
Yes. Because, and the thing about it is, if you have someone who's a stockbroker, a trader who knows that like the back of their hand, of course you're going to know all of the different trading aspects you can have. But Richard, I know that when I initially met you, one of the things that you were doing and that you were specializing in was trying to get into schools.
Yes, ma'am.
And share this program.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about, and I know that you still work with some schools in the area.
Oh, definitely.
And I said, Richard, can you think of any of your mentees that came through your program, and tell us what some of them are doing now?
Right. So John, he probably on the live. Shout out to John, it's my boy. But we have some kids from Hightower who actually graduated, and they end up going to Rice University. Wow. And attending the same program that I took in 2021 to 2022. It's called the FinTech blockchain program. So we had kids that we was able to actually teach about crypto and trading. Yeah. And they was able to continue their education to pursue a career in technology management. So for me, like Miss Crystal was talking about before we got on camera, she was like, it's so important for, the audience and people to actually see that these kids are able to take information to apply to their life to be able to teach the next generation. So they're learning and they're building, and we have results. And just for me to kind of just talk more about that, like JC, like, can you talk about, because I want to say this too, because he has a phenomenal impact, you know, on people that he's been able to teach. Like JC, can you just talk about like what countries have you been to recently, man, and how people have been able to tap in with you from all over the country, like from everywhere?
I've been this year I've traveled to like 3-4 different countries, and you know, it really humbles me. That's why I really
some of the countries. What are some of the countries that you've been able to go to?
Mexico, St. Martin, Carroll, and Peru. Yes, Peru.
So South Central America and in the Caribbean.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay.
I have family in the Caribbean, so it's easy to do that. Okay. But so it just shows me, because everybody around the world wants to learn trading, you know. And that was my biggest thing. What I'm doing now is like I'm always I'm flipping accounts from 100 to whatever, because I want to other people to be able to start from the bottom. Because like if I ever started with nothing, how was I gonna? If I lost everything today, you know, which I've done before, I've ended up back at zero. You know, so it's like,
but it doesn't scare you, because you see, and that's the thing, it doesn't scare you, and it would scare most people,
and that's what it was for me. Because I graduated from college right after recession, like when it hit.
And I walked across, and I graduated in the recession before you did.
No, right. So when it hit, and I'm sitting on TV, and I'm flipping on CNN, and I'm flipping on C-SPAN and MSNBC and Fox, and I'm seeing all of these people who done lost money in the stock, and even my dad was screaming and hollering, looking at his stock options, and he was just like, "Man, I should have sold at this, and man, I should have." And it was just, I said, "No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it." I couldn't do it. It just scared me to death.
It's good that you understand your feelings towards it, because really, when it's in the red is when you're supposed to be buying. When everybody else is screaming and going crazy, I'm looking like, yes. It's time for me to buy.
What strategy can you say you use to like kind of eliminate that risk?
Well, I mean, it's all about emotion. So it's all emotion. So that's why, like, you could literally use a strategy. The news is made to mess with your mind.
Absolutely.
That's the point.
It pulls at your heartstrings, at your emotions. Yes.
Exactly.
But I'm 24, coming out of college, and I'm seeing this. Like,
right.
But yeah, I mean, you have to learn from it. I mean, if you notice that in the market, they have to tank the market. During COVID, it was at all-time highs before COVID hit.
Right.
So what are they going to do to be able to lower the market? They got to do. I don't want to get into theories and stuff, but you know, something big has to happen.
Exactly.
Right. So that way there can be so the market can be volatile. It needs to be able to move up and down. If everybody's buying right now, then who's losing? Somebody has to lose on the other side.
And let me ask you this, because I work with educators all the time who make decisions for their schools. What you all are doing is such an important aspect of what is going to be a playing field leveler, for children in these and young adults, teenagers in these urban schools.
And Crystal says that because, like I said, I teach history, so a part of my curriculum is teaching them the basics of economics. And I really wanted to do this investment project, but I was not allowed to. But I really wanted to do this investment project, and I found out even my kids who could barely read, no offense, they were so interested in supply, demand. It was like, why can't we just learn this the rest of the school year? I was like, because I got other stuff to teach you.
That's right.
But they were so honed in with capitalism. In fact, I mean, like they were just free market, like little robots going off.
Your generation is different.
And I said, okay, guys, well, we're gonna do an investment project, and we're going to, because I'm not on y'all's level, but I have a basis because of what my dad taught me or whatever. But, you know, of course I wasn't allowed to do that because it didn't go with the curriculum. But when I tell you these kids in these urban areas are like so tuned
They're sponges.
To this. Like it's crazy.
So what you just I want to expound on that because I think it's important because, you know, you and Miss Crystal, y'all been teaching for so long. And the important thing about that is when it comes to the information that the kids are learning, when you just show them and you like give them opportunity as an example to put their hands on it, they're able to grab so much information quickly. So I don't want to really go deep on this system on how it's structured,
right?
With the Rockefellers and how the student and the class to prison pipeline system on how it's set up.
Yes.
They English, social studies, science, and math. Yeah, that's cool, but you're not really applying that in real life.
Yeah, unless you go into those particular fields,
right? You're not really teaching the kids on how to acquire a bank account. You're not teaching them how to understand taxes. A lot of these kids, they turn at 18, 19, their family not consider them as a dependent, and they working, they 19, 20, never filed their taxes. Now they end up having no money, but if that was in the schools early, they'll understand.
And see, here's the thing. It's the perfect, sometimes people will say at certain points in time, it's the perfect storm.
Right.
And it's the perfect storm right now because you have young people as young as 11, 12, and 13 who are very tech savvy.
TikTok.
Yes. They know how to go on to onto platforms and create on platforms. They know how to put something up and sell and make a business out of selling those little things that go on Crocs, those little decorations.
And Chris, I was reading an article on Forbes. This little 10-year-old boy, he was Asian. He had started investing in technology stocks at 10.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, I'm grown, but he's 10 and investing in technology stocks.
Yeah.
And he said that, he may go to college, he may not. But right now, his focus in the 5th grade.
But you know what? And I want to say this to everybody at this table. Yes, I would encourage people to go to college. At least to start, because it helps you to start adulting, like we were talking about. But let's think about: has anybody ever seen that series called the foods or the products that made America? Okay, and
Food
it starts talking about the railroad industry and the automobile. A lot of these people were not college graduates.
Right.
These were people who were willing to take a chance on something that was unproven to some people, or that was very, very risky, and they were willing to put forth their money towards something that was a risk. And these days, kids don't even necessarily have to put a whole fortune forward because technology is there.
Yeah.
Richard, Jean-Claude, let me ask you this. What are the ages that, if optimally, you would like to be able to go in and start working with these kids? If you guys were going into schools right now, what's the optimal age? Is it high schoolers? Because they're going to be able to be adults soon, so they can make their decisions. Or is it the younger ones that we need to start with? What's optimal?
I would say 18 going to college, mainly because I have some people that are 16 and they want to sign up for platforms,
but they can't.
That's right. They got to go to their parents, and they want me to talk to their mom and dad, and I'm like,
yes.
And then you can't convince. Sometimes it's hard convincing the parents.
Exactly. And they're gonna be all skeptical and stuff.
So they feel like they know what's best for their kids.
Right.
Yeah.
I think,
or they don't understand it themselves. So it's just like, if I don't understand this,
watching my kids,
you're not participating in this because I don't even know.
Okay,
that's right.
Can I?
Yeah.
Jesse, can y'all expound on that? So that right there. When the parents don't understand things like investing, real estate, credit, and they not encouraging their kids, from y'all being teachers, what is y'all opinion on that? Like,
I'm gonna tell you
stopping your kids.
I'm gonna tell. Well, you know what,
baby,
people,
you be surprised.
Not only do people perish, or societies perish for lack of knowledge, but they perish because they are of fear.
Right.
Okay. And fear is going to be, and that's going to be what separates. That's why we only have 1% of millionaires in the United States. Not that people aren't smart enough, but people are too scared.
And not only that, I think it's the exposure and how you grew up.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw it growing up. I had uncles and my dad.
They were entrepreneurs.
Bonds. My dad paid for my whole college career off of stocks and bonds that he had. So I was exposed to it real early. My cousins were exposed to it real early. well, my cousins and I would be having conversations, and our friends who didn't know nothing about that was lost in the sauce in conversation. So
what do you think?
It's exposure. It is exposure. A lack of exposure. I think for so long, and I don't want to get on the race card, but for so long, Black people have been shut out of a lot of things, and didn't have that, whereas other people were not. So
and with technology now, we're a lot more woke.
Right.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah.
But you just said something that she mentioned.
That's a buzzword. So we only got a few minutes, but we got to touch on that. We got to touch on that. Okay. I was about to jump to the conference, but before we jump to the conference, I'm going to go to that terminology. Okay. Now, woke. Because both of you gentlemen are from the generation that is very familiar with that term. I'm going to say this because I'm not a politician, but people have hijacked something that simply was put forward to mean aware of what's going on around you. Yes. That's the only thing that it meant. That's what it meant. That's the only thing that it means. Okay, that you are aware of what's going on. Definitely. This is something that has been hijacked by many people and used as what do they call it? A dog whistle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did James Baldwin say? I can't regurgitate what I've already thrown up.
Okay. As a dog whistle to incite fear in people. Yeah. But I have to applaud Miss Cat, the lady who is putting forth.
Shout out to Miss Cat, man. Yes. Woke Money Conference, June 8th.
Yes, and we're getting ready to put that up in a second. I gotta applaud that simply because she said, "To heck with that. I know what this means, and I know what I'm trying to get across to people." So, Richard and JC, I want you guys to tell me a little bit about what we're looking at there.
Okay, so man, first I want to give a shout out, man, to Miss Cat, man, Catherine Mitchell.
Yes,
man, this is a phenomenal individual. Shout out to Yielded as well. I did an interview with her yesterday on her platform, man. I love her, man. It's just a beautiful thing that Cat was able to create that. So the term woke money, which y'all looking at right now, so she's actually going to be nominating me at NRG. So y'all make sure y'all pull up, get y'all tickets, wokemoney.org. But what this is, she's creating a space and a hub for individuals to be able to come and be able to be a part of a network and a space, so that people can not only tap in with business, but they're able to come in and network with a multitude of people from all over the city. Sometimes we don't understand that the different businesses that we're dealing with right now with ourselves, when we get into those type of rooms, there are people who have been doing that 10, 15 years. So it takes that one connection.
That's right.
To take you to the next level.
Yes.
And the term that I'm going to say, right, Miss Crystal?
Yes.
Collaboration over competition. We need to collaborate.
I love that. You always use that. That's right.
That's collaboration over competition, and that's what we're going to be doing at the Woke Money Conference. So, she's going to be allowing people like myself to be a speaker, to be able to talk about our platforms. JC going to be in the building too. So we're gonna be touching on different topics. So it's just a blessing that she was able to offer this opportunity.
And I'm gonna circle back around to this because I think this is so important. Let's go back around to the young people, right. the students. You said your ideal age would be high school age, that they're getting ready to enter adulthood.
Right.
Okay.
I say 10. It depends. 10 years old.
Woo! Yeah, because but that's parents. That's still parents making decisions.
Well, that's when you direct them, like you talking to them directly. So I have a partnership now with the Briars Club in River Oaks. Okay. That's a private club. Right. And the kids there, the parents, so mainly, disclosure, we're not having no offense towards any sort of racial or nationality, but mainly Caucasian individuals, mainly Jews.
Right.
So I'm offering trading classes, teach them how to trade. At 10 years old, the kids understand credit and debit. We're teaching them, and the parents are paying for these classes in order for their kids to learn at 10 years old. So again, it goes back to what the parents are willing to teach their kids in order for them to take things to the next level.
Yes.
That's what me and my boy JC doing.
Okay. So if there's a principal watching right now who's saying, you know what, I'm looking for a program to have at my school for this summer or in the fall when my kids get back. So something that's actually going to be useful and meaningful. What would that program look like in their school?
So with the Modern Day Financial Liberation Program, that's our program. Anybody who's interested and they want our program to be at y'all schools, just contact me. My email is ceo@wealthymadeinvestments.com. We will sit down. Let's scratch the budget, but let's talk about the benefits that's going to be offered to the kids.
That's right.
Again, it's about the kids in the community in order for it to grow, to change the previous lineage and what was set in stone where our kids and our people are not going anywhere. Let's change the trajectory. Let's change the paradigm in order for the kids to have multiple options outside of college so they can become entrepreneurs and be successful individuals. Now, with that, once we are in the schools and we put that in place, we're going to take everything and stress off your hands. There's no teachers who have to be at the schools.
Right.
We have our own coaches.
You all are vetted. That's right.
And everything else will be handled from there.
Okay. And here's the thing, too. A lot of times, you know, so many people are at the place right now. And think about this. When we brought Mr. Potter in here.
Right.
There are people sitting right now who have always dreamed of going to college.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any money. They can't do it. Mm-hmm. What Richard and JC are basically saying right now is that if they are sitting mid-year, or even if they don't have any money to go in the summer, by January, if they put themselves in a position where they can do a little bit of investment, start learning how to do this, you can literally put yourself class by class, semester by semester through school with what you all are talking about.
If you start $10 $100, when by the time your kid is 18, they can use that money to go to college and do whatever they want.
But if you're a student and you are working at the mall and you want to go to college and you want to take $250 of that $1,000 that you make every month or whatever it is and put it towards the program, you can allow your money that you've, without depending on anyone else, to start literally creating your future.
Exactly.
So there is a way. Yes. There is a way, and it can be done. And you know, that is so important. Gentlemen, we got 4 minutes. We got exactly 4 minutes. And I want to say this. First of all, I want to shout out to all of the people who have been on here. Thank you, Miss Jolie. Yes. Thank you. Greenscaping with Nadine. She said we had some good questions. Thank you, Greenscaping with Nadine. And she says this generation is different. Nothing scary. Yes, Miss Nadine. You are absolutely right. I love it because they have no fear. She says nothing scares them. A Fluffy Girl Adventures. Fluffy Girl Adventures. I love that name. And she's been watching. And ladies, thank you guys so much. And make sure that after this, you share this particular episode, because we want to make sure that we get people out to that Woke Money conference. They will meet you out. They will be able to meet you gentlemen out there, right? And if there are some school leaders who want to come out, and you'll be able to talk to them about programs that you offer out there. So Richard and JC, can you all both, and we'll make sure that we drop this in to the comments. Can you all both one more time give us your contact information if people want to reach out right now? Richard. And then JC.
Okay. Yeah. If y'all want to reach out to me and get in contact, my Instagram is I'm Richard Carroll. So I as in ice, M as in money, and then Richard. My last name is Carroll, CARROLL. Follow our business page at Wealthy Made Investments, or follow our other business page at Wealthy Made University. Click that link and book a consultation.
Cool. And I got one thing to say before I say
yes,
that.
absolutely.
Want to say that, I just want y'all to know, even for me getting here, it wouldn't have been possible without God. Honestly,
yes. Oh my gosh,
I had a lot of hard days, a lot of hard times, and
yeah.
I prayed my way through, and I promised him, I was like, hey, you help me get through this, I'm gonna make sure that I spread the word and make sure everybody knows this.
Yeah,
I just want you,
that's awesome. That's
I'm not
awesome.
Like crazy rich, but I feel successful to the point where I should definitely be giving him my thanks.
That's
and I also
right.
want to thank Richard for bringing me on, and give me the opportunity to meet y'all.
So this is that collaboration they were talking about, guys, and not the competition. You see how that works?
That's right. And the thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you, there are a lot of people, Rebecca, that asked to come onto the podcast, but everybody doesn't come on. But I like when people are connected to their spirituality and to God, and they understand where their gifts come from.
Oh yeah.
That is extremely important, because just like JC said a few minutes ago, I've been at a place where I've lost everything before.
Right.
Multiple times.
Right.
And I knew it didn't scare me. He says it doesn't scare me anymore because you know what your source is.
You're used to it now.
Right. I mean, that's what I was getting at. Like, once you know who God is and you know that He owns the world.
That's right.
You gotta be okay.
Absolutely.
I'm breathing, have health, and
that's it.
Family's good. That's all that really matters. Right?
That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much again for tuning in tonight. Oh yeah, you gotta tell us.
Yeah, yes. My name is Jean-Claude LaCour. I trade crypto, and my Instagram is CryptoRichJC.
Say it again one more time.
CryptoRichJC on Instagram.
CryptoRichJC on Instagram, and we're gonna make sure we get that posted too for you guys, because I know people are gonna be reaching out to you.
Oh, we gotta do this, Crystal. But we gotta go.
Yes.
3 words. We tell it to every guest. 3 words. If you can sum anything up in 3 words, what would it be?
Visionary, manifest dreams.
3 words.
Live, laugh, love.
I love it. I love both of those.
I know.
Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for reminding me of that. And ladies and gentlemen, like Rebecca and I say every week, Rebecca, we can do it.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. And we will see you the next time. Bye.
Bye.